Oceania, also known as Australian continent, is a geographical region that includes Australasia, Melanesia, Micronesia, and Polynesia. Spanning the eastern and western hemispheres, Oceania is estimated to have a land area of 8,525,989 square kilometers and a population of over 41 million. When compared with the continents, the region of Oceania is the smallest in land area and the second smallest in population after Antarctica. Its 6 major population centers are Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, Perth, Auckland, and Adelaide. Oceanian islands are of 4 basic types: continental islands, high islands, coral reefs, and uplifted coral platforms. High islands are of volcanic origin, and many contain active volcanoes. Among these are Bougainville, Hawaii, and Solomon Islands. Oceania is one of 8 terrestrial biogeographic realms, which constitute the major ecological regions of the planet. Related to these concepts are Near Oceania, that part of western island Melanesia which has been inhabited for tens of millennia, and Remote Oceania, which is more recently settled. Tasmania is an island state of Australia. It is located 240 kilometers to the south of the Australian mainland, separated from it by the Bass Strait. The archipelago contains the southernmost point of the Australian Federation. The state encompasses the main island of Tasmania, the 26th largest island in the world, and the surrounding 1,000 islands. It is Australia's least populated state, with 569,825 residents as of December 2021. The state capital and largest city is Hobart, with around 40% of the population living in the Greater Hobart area. Tasmania has extremely diverse vegetation, from the heavily grazed grassland of the dry Midlands to the tall evergreen eucalypt forest, alpine heathlands, and large areas of cool temperate rainforests and moorlands in the rest of the state. Many species are unique to Tasmania, and some are related to species in South America and New Zealand through ancestors which grew on the supercontinent of Gondwana 50 million years ago. Malthophagus gunnii, commonly known as Australian beech, is Australia's only temperate native deciduous tree and is found exclusively in Tasmania. Tasmania has a large percentage of endemism whilst featuring many types of animals found on mainland Australia. Many of these species, such as the platypus, are larger than their mainland relatives. The island of Tasmania was home to the thylacine, a marsupial which resembled a fossa, or some say a wild dog. Sydney is the capital city of the state of New South Wales and the most populous city in both Australia and Oceania. Located on Australia's east coast, the metropolis surrounds Sydney Harbour and extends about 70 kilometres on its periphery towards the Blue Mountains to the west, Hawkesbury to the north, the Royal National Park to the south, and MacArthur to the southwest. Sydney is made up of 658 suburbs, spread across 33 local government areas. Residents of the city are known as Sydneysiders. As of June 2021, Sydney's estimated metropolitan population was 5,231,147, meaning the city is home to approximately 66% of the state's population. Nicknames of the city include the Emerald City and the Harbour City. Sydney Airport is located in the inner southern suburb of Mascot, with 2 of the runways going into Botany Bay. It services 46 international and 23 domestic destinations. As the busiest airport in Australia, it handled 37.9 million passengers in 2013 and 530,000 tons of freight in 2011. It has been announced that a new facility named Western Sydney Airport will be constructed at Badgerys Creek from 2016 at a cost of $2.5 billion. The Great Barrier Reef is the world's largest coral reef system, composed of over 2,900 individual reefs and 900 islands stretching for over 2,300 kilometers over an area of approximately 344,400 square kilometers. The reef is located in the Coral Sea, off the coast of Queensland, Australia, separated from the coast by a channel 100 miles wide in places and over 200 feet deep. The Great Barrier Reef can be seen from outer space and is the world's biggest single structure made by living organisms. This reef structure is composed of and built by billions of tiny organisms, known as coral polyps. It supports a wide diversity of life and was selected as a World Heritage Site in 1981. CNN labeled it one of the 7 natural wonders of the world in 1997. Australian World Heritage Places included it in its list in 2007. The Queensland National Trust named it a state icon of Queensland in 2006. Fiji, officially the Republic of Fiji, is an island country in Melanesia, part of Oceania and the South Pacific Ocean. It lays about 1,100 nautical miles northeast of New Zealand. Fiji consists of an archipelago of more than 330 islands, of which about 110 are permanently inhabited, and more than 500 islets, amounting to a total land area of about 18,300 square kilometers. The most outlying island group is Ono Ilau. About 87% of the total population of 883,483 live on the two major islands, Viti Levu and Vanua Levu. About 3/4 of Fijians live on Viti Levu's coasts, either in the capital city of Suva or in smaller urban centers such as Nadi, where tourism is the major local industry, or in Lautoka, where the sugarcane industry is dominant. The interior of Viti Levu is sparsely inhabited because of its terrain. Wellington is the capital city of New Zealand. It is located at the southwestern tip of the North Island, between Cook Strait and the Rimutaka Range. Wellington is the second largest city in New Zealand by metro area, and is the administrative center of the Wellington region. It is the world's southernmost capital of a sovereign state. Wellington features a temperate maritime climate, and is the world's windiest city by average wind speed. Wellington is characterized by small dining establishments, and its cafe culture is internationally recognized, being known for its large number of coffee houses. Melbourne is the second most visited city in Australia and the 73rd most visited city in the world. In 2018, 10.8 million domestic overnight tourists and 2.9 million international overnight tourists visited Melbourne. The most visited attractions are Federation Square, Queen Victoria Market, Crown Casino, Southbank, Melbourne Zoo, Melbourne Aquarium, Docklands, National Gallery of Victoria, Melbourne Museum, Melbourne Observation Deck, Arts Centre Melbourne, and the Melbourne Cricket Ground. Luna Park, a theme park modeled on New York's Kenai Island and Seattle's Luna Park, is also a popular destination for visitors. In its annual survey of readers, the Condé Nast Traveller magazine found that both Melbourne and Auckland were considered the world's friendliest cities in 2014. The magazine highlighted the connection the city inhabitants have to public art and the many parks across the city. Its high livability rankings make it one of the safest world cities for travelers. Queenstown, a resort town, boasted 220 adventure tourism activities in 2012. Skiing and snowboarding, jet boating, whitewater rafting, bungee jumping, mountain biking, skateboarding, tramping, paragliding, skydiving, and fly fishing are all popular. Queenstown is a major center for snow sports in New Zealand, with people from all over the country and many parts of the world traveling to ski at the four main mountain ski fields. Cross-country skiing is also available at the Wairau Snow Farm, near Cardrona Village. The 100-year-old twin-screw coal-fired steamer TSS Earnslaw traverses Lake Wakatipu. Queenstown lies close to the center of a small wine-producing region, reputed to be the world's southernmost. The Two Paddocks Vineyard is owned by internationally known local actor Sam Neill. Neighboring, historic Arrowtown features restaurants and bars. Kangaroo Island is one of South Australia's most popular tourist attractions, attracting over 140,000 visitors each year, with international visitors, primarily from Europe, accounting for more than 25% of these visits. There were 114 businesses operating in the sector in June 2016, and the visitor expenditure reached $123 million in December 2017. The expenditure is expected to reach the mark of $168 million by December 2020. Kangaroo Island is also considered to be one of South Australia's best locations for scuba diving, with many popular locations along the north coast. Many of South Australia's iconic marine species can be seen there, including the leafy sea dragon. Penishaw Jetty is known for its Gorgonian corals, and there are many other timber jetties and shipwrecks that can be dived and enjoyed around the island. The Gold Coast is a coastal city in the state of Queensland, Australia, approximately 66 kilometers south-southeast of the center of the state capital Brisbane and immediately north of the border with New South Wales. The area was previously occupied prior to European settlement by the Yugambeh language people. The demonym for the Gold Coast is Gold Coaster, with an estimated population of 679,127 in June 2018. The Gold Coast is the sixth largest city in Australia, Australia's largest non-capital city, and Queensland's second largest city. The Gold Coast is a major tourist destination with a sunny, subtropical climate and has become widely known for its world-class surfing beaches, high-rise dominated skyline, theme parks, nightlife, and rainforest hinterland. The city is part of the nation's entertainment industry with television productions and a major film industry. Bora Bora is a major international tourist destination, famous for its seaside luxury resorts. The major settlement, Vadape, is on the western side of the main island, opposite the main channel leading into the lagoon. Produce of the island is mostly limited to what can be obtained from the sea and from the plentiful coconut trees, which were historically of economic importance for the production of copra.